Hello, hello, testing, testing. Am I loud enough? Am I loud enough? Okay. Good morning, C3 Klang. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Russel. I'm from C3 KL. I'm together with my mom over there, Yenny in the back. Yeah, and my grandmother as well. Where is she? Where is she? There? Right there, right there, right there. Okay. So today I'll just be sharing my experience in working in the ministry and why you should serve in the ministry as well. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. So to give some context, I've been in church my entire life. I've basically seen all the different ministries that has been happening in the background during church services and after church services, like worship, productions, hospitality, and so many other ministries basically. So the first ministry that I ever served in was in hospitality together with my mom. And we would go and serve refreshments to all the church members and clean up the place and just welcome and make people feel like they're at home, That's the whole point of hospitality, right? So that was where I first served in. Then after that, I moved on to do a little bit of Kids Alive actually. I just helped out a little bit here and there. And then after that, I jumped around. And then I moved on to productions, which is where I am today. I recently moved into the sounds team, for those who didn't know. And I've basically been trying out many different ministries throughout the years And now I'm in productions. At first, when I joined productions, right, especially the social media team, for those who have been looking around in like C3 KL, and you've seen like posts or videos, some of it are actually my work. So yeah. So at first when I joined, the hardest part for me was actually meeting deadlines. Now that seems like something some of y'all might find very easy to like overcome. Like just do it first, But I couldn't. I was a chronic procrastinator. I would always like put things later. Who else can relate with me? Okay, 1, 2. Please I'm not the only one, right? Yeah. So I used to be a chronic procrastinator, and one thing that I really did to fix the problem was don't actually think about it, Don't actually think about the problem, because you think about the problem, right? The problem will just become even bigger, If you think that if you are aware of you procrastinating, right, you procrastinate even more. I don't know if you guys realize that. So what I'll do is I'll just focus on just doing the work. I'll just focus on doing it. And this helped me so much. Not just in church and serving in the ministry, but also outside. In my studies, in my social life, in my work life, in every aspect of my life actually. These set of skills eventually helped me to land a part-time job. And you might just think like, oh, it's just a part-time job. Like anyone can get it. But I wasn't the only one applying, right? Come on. I was one of, I think, 3 other candidates that wanted to join in as well. But I was the only one that got in. And why did I get in? The main reason I got in was because of my skills in production. The very reason I served in church helped me to land a job, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Even my bosses said it, I'm like, wow. I didn't know how to react. I was like speechless. And I'm still in that job. I'm still working there, and yeah. Now, another ministry that I was appointed to, and something that is really personal to me, was that I was appointed and I took the calling of being a CG leader of the youth team back in C3 KL. Now, this opportunity definitely helped me in my communication skills, my accountability, and my overall spiritual well-being. Now, being a leader in anything is not easy. Especially being a leader in a team where you're surrounded with energetic preteens that go around, jump all over the place, and it's hard to make them focus on one topic. But that's the skill that I really tried to learn, and that was to gain people's attention. Not in a way that makes me seem like, oh, I'm an attention seeker and whatnot, but being a leader, you have to get your team and your people to really focus on topics, right? Especially like after sermon, get them to focus on the questions and whatnot. So over time, right, these kids started to actually focus in. They started coming back to CG more often than not and started actually liking it. And from a group of a measly like 3 people, we have shot up to around 8 to 10 people already. Yeah. Now, most of the kids there are serving in different ministries. And why is this a good thing? Because it's a chain reaction. When other kids see their friends serve in the ministry, won't they want to join as well? Yeah, exactly. So it's amazing. I'm very happy to see all these kids serve in ministries like worship, Kids Alive, hospitality, productions. I'm just very happy to see them serve. Because they're not only serving the Lord, they're not only serving the church, but they're building skills that they can take into the outside world that schools can't teach, How can school teach hospitality? How can school teach productions? None of these things. You only learn science, biology, and all that other random subjects. So, taking this into my studies, this leadership skill, I took many opportunities in group assignments to be a leader, and I made the most out of those opportunities. I had a lot of times where I had teammates where I did not even know them, and they didn't even know each other. But over time, right, being a leader, you also have to learn to make everyone feel comfortable. And over time, you slowly build genuine relationships with them. And after maybe a few weeks, they start being good friends, and the work becomes 10 times better. You see, being a leader is also about being open to other people's ideas, right? And I really let all these teammates come together, discuss and whatnot, and create wonderful work in the group assignments and really help them score well and create genuine friendships. The most important thing is to create genuine friendships. So I also took this skill into my work life, and I took initiative. Another thing about being a leader is I took initiative on things that others didn't want to do. And in my work, I spent extra time doing extra things that were outside of my job scope. And after 2-3 months, I immediately got a pay raise. Yeah. So, serving in church, from productions to being a CG leader, all help and shape who I am today. And that's why I encourage every single one of you to serve as well. You never know how much God will bless you. You never know how many skills you can build. You never know who you can become and who you can impact. The people you make friends with, the friends that make friends with other friends, and so on. Yeah, it's amazing. So, my advice for anyone who wants to serve in this ministry, or you don't know what to do, is just try everything. You never really know what you like until you try it. You might love computers, you might love editing, you might love creating videos, but in the end, you might end up loving making people feel at home. So instead of productions, you join hospitality. Or maybe you want to empower the next generation and teach the next generation of evangelists. So you join Kids Alive. Always try different things. Never stick to one thing. Maybe from the simple act of ushering and welcoming people in, or even just throwing the garbage out of the church and cleaning the church, right? All these small acts add up, one. You never know how much God will bless you. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 to 24, it says, do we have the verse? Okay. Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. So my prayer is that each of you will find that place where your passion and God's purpose meet. and that you will serve wholeheartedly for the Lord. Let's build His church together. Thank you.